Hey guys, I am doing a video today about what I eat. So I wanted to make a very simple video just to give you an idea of what I eat in a day. I've been trying to eat more raw foods. So basically I'm trying to get in as much living food as possible. So that's mostly fruits and vegetables and on occasion some raw seeds or nuts. So mostly what I'm eating is fruit. I eat a lot of raw fruit. I decided that is going to be one of my staples in deciding what is healthy for me to be eating. So I kind of look into in nature what are animals actually eating, and I'm trying to use my own intuition. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of reading. I read the China study, I read Whole, I'm reading 80-10-10. But I'm also kind of trying to move out all of the marketing nonsense that I see every day on TV and just using my own brain and thinking, all right, if we hadn't invented fire and there wasn't commercials telling us what to eat, and if there wasn't books saying that you need this vitamin or this mineral or you need this many milligrams of whatever, what would I be eating in nature? So no other animals in nature eat something because it's healthy for them. Now, none of them eat junk food or processed food either, but they don't go around going, oh, I wonder if this nut has more magnesium than this seed, or I wonder if this fruit has more vitamin C than this fruit. That's just not how it works. That's not how nature works. Nature works, the body's own intuition is what lets you know what you should be eating and what you're naturally drawn to. So, one thing I do know is that raw food has more enzymes, and enzymes are what allow you to break it down and actually use the nutrients. And when you cook food, you cook out the nutrients and the enzymes, so you don't actually use and assimilate the nutrients that you're eating. Also, I believe that the way I look at things is that if you're eating something in nature, you're not really cooking it. At least other animals aren't cooking it. Now, yeah, we've been, cooking our food for a really long time, but I don't necessarily think that's optimal for our health. Our bodies have gotten used to it. Some people's bodies are more used to it than other people's. A lot of people are still having a lot of digestive issues and bowel issues and eliminating issues. So I don't think everyone is as used to it as they say they are. But I do know that the more raw I eat, the easier my digestion is and the better I'm feeling. So here is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get more raw fruits and vegetables into my diet so that I can get better nutrients uptake, and then I'm just eating more living food and I just feel a little bit better. So first thing in the morning, it's usually when I come home from work to take a shower and get ready. So my breakfast is actually pretty late in the day. It's probably not until 10:30, 11:30 when I actually eat my first meal. So my breakfast is quite a bit away from when I consume my last meal. Unless it's an off day and I'm feeling really hungry, I just kind of listen to my body. I might bring a couple bananas or something with me to work. But normally I'm not hungry until I get home. So I usually start off my day with a smoothie. My smoothies consist of, sorry, this video is on the edge of my couch. My smoothies usually consist of some kind of frozen berries, spinach or kale. Sometimes it has mango, so I switch it out a little bit. And then I use as many bananas as I want, 1 to 2 bananas. And then I use a raw plant-based protein powder. The only reason I use powder is because I really like the way it tastes. I like that chocolate taste with my berries and my bananas. I just think it tastes really good, and I don't really feel like I need the protein, but it's raw and it's living plants, so I don't think it's going to harm me. But that's just what I do now. I'm not saying anyone needs that. And then that's usually not quite enough for me, so a lot of times I'll also eat a few bananas on top of that, or if I have some raspberries or some other kind of fruit. So that's usually what I have for breakfast. And then throughout the day or lunch, because sometimes, I'm eating at different times because I'm in the office. So I will bring in as much fruit as I want. So I'll have, 4, 5, 6, 7 bananas. I might bring in a couple little quarts of raspberries, or I might even eat a whole package of dates like I did today. Today I've had my smoothie. I had about 3 bananas with that, And then I went and bought more bananas for lunch, and I had 6 bananas, a quart of dates, and a giant salad with, I went and got sprouts and low sodium olives and nutritional yeast. So that is what I had today. And the only reason why I use the nutritional yeast is it tastes good. I stopped using Parmesan because I'm not, trying not to consume animal products because, it doesn't work very well with my skin. So that is what I put on there instead of the Parmesan cheese. And then for sometimes for a snack, if I really am hungry when I get home from work, which sometimes I am, and I don't want any more fruit, so I will air pop some popcorn in my air popper, which is pretty good. And then for dinner, I will normally have some kind of cooked meal, high carb, low fat cooked meal. So it might be brown rice with some stir fry with every single vegetable you can think possible, and it's delicious. Sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. I might have just another big smoothie with a salad. So again, more raw food, just depending on how I feel. Sometimes I might have pita with hummus with cucumbers and black olives and sprouts. Another normal dinner for me would be my husband makes a vegetarian chili, which is really good, or he makes vegetarian burritos, which are really good. And make sure if you do make the burritos that you get the vegetarian refried beans, because I never realized this and I was quite disgusted when someone brought it up to me that if you don't get the vegetarian refried beans, like the second or third ingredient in refried beans is lard. So, and there's not a nice way of saying lard, it's just lard. So, even if you're not a vegetarian or vegan, I don't know. I'd rather have pure refried beans than refried beans and half lard. So, that is what I normally eat. So I try to eat as much raw food during the day as possible. I really like the way it tastes. It fills me up. I feel very energetic. I don't have any digestive issues. And I try to drink a lot of water. I drink about a cup or 2 before I go to work. I drink a cup or 2 while I'm there. And another cup right after I'm done working out. Then I try to drink some during the day. I don't drink as much while I'm at the office. And then I try to drink a lot more even in the evenings when I do eat cooked food. I find that I really have to drink a lot of water just to make sure that my digestion stays on track. So that is basically what I eat. I eat a lot of fruit, a lot of smoothies. I eat as much as I want, especially during the day. I can put down, 6 to 8 bananas. I'd eat more than that, but I get kind of bored of them. So I usually like to mix them with raspberries or some dates or something else. One thing that you do want to realize, which I didn't state, is that if you're having fruit for a meal, that you want to make sure that you don't eat fat with it or anything else. Fruit doesn't mix well. Fruit is really great because most fruit has a low glycemic load, which means that even though fruit has a lot of sugar, it gets uptaken into the cell really quick. So it gets to your system really quick, but it also gets into the cells really quick unless you eat high-fat meals or you eat a high-fat diet. So most of the misconceptions about eating fruit being diabetic or eating fruit and having high blood sugar isn't actually a concern if you have a low-fat diet, and specifically during that meal too, because otherwise you're going to have some digestive issues if you're eating fat with fruit, because fruit digests and uptakes so quickly that if you're having fat or heavy foods like that, it'll just sit in your stomach and kind of ferment, and it's not very comfortable. So if you have any problems when you're eating fruit, it's not really the fruit, it's the other things that you're combining with it. So the only thing that I will combine my fruit with is leafy greens. So when I make my smoothies and I use kale or spinach, the leafy greens should be fine. I never have a problem when I blend those things together. So that is how I do that. So there you go. I eat raw till about 4 o'clock, and then I might have a cooked snack or I might have another smoothie, and then I'll either repeat the process for dinner, or I'll go ahead and have a low-fat plant-based meal, and that is how I eat on a daily basis. Sometimes it switches a little bit. I mean, everyone has different days. Sometimes I really, really want something cooked for lunch, or I go out to eat with someone, and then I'll just have more raw food when I come home for dinner. But on the basis, I'm just trying to eat as much raw fruits and vegetables as possible, trying to keep my fat low, and drinking a lot of water, and making sure I'm getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night. And that is my daily regimen. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Well by Mel. If you want to connect with me more, go ahead and check out my Facebook page, also Well by Mel. Like and comment and subscribe. All right, I will talk to you guys very soon. I hope you're having a great day. Happy November.